West Texas was developed by strong families whose legacies form the culture we enjoy as West Texans. Theron Weatherby was a perfect example of what being a West Texas rancher is all about.
He was born here and raised here. In fact, his mother was traveling in a horse and buggy by a creek over by Grape Creek, and it ran away with her. And she got thrown out. Anyway, she had him prematurely. And they just put him in a shoebox and set him aside thinking he wouldn't live. And he did.
They attended to her and then heard him hours later rustling around in the box. And one of her sisters also had a baby. And so the sister was his wet nurse, is how he survived.
And he was that way. He was a fighter. I don't know how many times he had things happen that would have killed other people.
Theron quickly realized that working a ranch meant lots of hard work and long hours.
I know one time we were downtown and I went running to him and hugged him and everything. The man he was talking to, he said, "Theron, she acts like she hadn't seen you in months." He said, "Well, I guess she haven't. I leave before she gets up every morning, and she's already asleep when I come home at night."
If I wanted to go to the ranch, I had to get up, brush my teeth, splash cold water on my face. He'd make me eat a full breakfast, and then we'd hit the road to the ranch and get there before the sun would come up. And I think the main reason he took me was to open the gates. I remember standing beside him when he was in his recliner, and he would cut an apple or a peach with his pocket knife. He always had that knife with him. I don't believe it was ever cleaned. I think the majority of cleaning was swipe, swipe, cut the apple.
But nobody got sick.
He just wiped it on his pants and ate whatever he gave you. We have an interview, and it's of Granddad talking to an author from Denmark. She was doing research on the sheep industry in the United States. And I love to listen to it, to hear his voice.
I grew up when there weren't any fences in this country, and there was 3 wires, just had 3 wires run their cattle, and we went with our sheep on the herd. And we had herders, but we went with the herders to take them everywhere and show them where the water was. And when we were traveling with them, when we stayed, well, they herded, but we had to check them every day, see if they missed anything or lost any sheep, But we just drifted around then.
Granddad Theron, he was very, very wise, and the land he purchased all had oil. So, now he gave Mother a ranch in Erie County. It was the last piece of property that I know of that he purchased before he died, and I think it's the best piece of property he ever bought. I love it. He was very frugal.
Yes.
Very frugal.
He did drive a Cadillac, but that's about all he did. He wore jumpsuits, no fancy clothes, except he always bought my mother a new car and would let her drive it several years, and he would take it.
Everything Theron Weatherby did, he did with his family in mind.
He literally spent the last day before he went into his heart surgery
Remember that.
at the lawyer's office, making sure all of his properties and everything were divided up, taken care of.
He was a good man, a really good man.
Thank you to the Theron Weatherby family for their contributions to our West Texas heritage.